Welcome, everybody, to Eerie Encounters. I'm Josh, your host, and tonight we have Anthony back with us again for a very fun episode that we're going to do tonight. Um, again, guys, you can get into contact with us at one encounters at gmail.com, or you can also get into contact with us through Anthony's email. And Anthony, share your email with the listeners again, please.
My email address is lowercase dude Anthony 64 at gmail.com.
All right, and our episode tonight, guys, our encounter tonight is going to be Bigfoot. So, just to fill our listeners in, some of them might be unaware of what a Bigfoot is. A Bigfoot is a ape-like creature that lives in the wilderness. Is anywhere roughly from 7 to 10 feet tall. They, live in the wilderness, obviously. There's never been a body found, but there has been foot tracks found. There has been video evidence recording of them. And, there's been sightings that have gone on since hundreds and hundreds of years, even with ancient civilized civilians and, especially Indians. They would write drawings in caves of a hairy man-like creature. And there's little portraits and statues that they would make of them. And it's a really interesting thing, because there's never been any body found. There has been DNA found, and it does match primate, but it's got human DNA in it as well too. But there's something that is missing in it to where it's an unknown DNA specimen. So it's a really cool subject. A lot of people don't believe in it. I for one do believe Bigfoot is real. Anthony, what knowledge do you want to share with the listeners of what you have on your end for Bigfoot?
I believe Bigfoot's real. He's been spotted in California, and people have had Bigfoot encounters in the northern of Canada and North America, and I believe he's real. He or she, I believe they run around just like what we were talking about. You have the day watchers that stand tall in the mountain, high in the mountain tops, and then you have the ones that go around looking for food. And I believe that they're real. From the videos that we're watching, that one guy, he actually has them spotted on camera, and they kind of have like the face of an ape, and they do have like a walk structure like human, but the way that the feet their feet are made to walk. It's a little bit different built. Like they when they walk, it looks like they're gliding. It's not like where we kind of have like a certain as humans have a certain kind of walk. Um, but like I was saying, they have been spotted for years since like the 1800s, early 1900s until now. And some people, from what I heard, don't like to call them Bigfoot or Sasquatch. They like to call them wood apes. I don't know if you heard of that
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah, I've heard that term. I know Bigfoot. It's so common, but a lot of the I guess correct name that they use is Sasquatch or Yeti. Yeti would be more in like um, Asia area, along with like abominable snowman is very frequent way of them wording it.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, they definitely are real. Just because we haven't found a body does not mean that they're not real. There has been sightings. Um, anybody that wants to do their research on, Sasquatch, I highly, highly, highly advise you guys to um, look at Todd Sterling's documentary that he did. Um, this guy's not doing this to get money. He's not. It's not a hoax. Um, before I go on with Todd Standing, the first video evidence of Bigfoot, and to this day, people still claim it's a hoax. And it's been proven by with the technology that we have. Um, in the film, it's called the Patterson-Gilmin film, and that was filmed in California. And when the Sasquatch is walking, you can see muscle definition in it. You can see um, its quads and its biceps and its triceps and the muscles in its back all flexing and moving like when it's walking. So it's not a rubber suit. It's not a suit at all. And it's a female Sasquatch too, because it has breast, but it's covered in hair, and the bottom of their feet, it's like leather. It looks like leather, and it really looks like an ape or a gorilla's uh, bottom of their feet or palms. And that was the first film of it being caught on camera, and that's when the whole Bigfoot just broke out. And people have been trying to debunk it ever since, and it's still going on to this day. But that was the first one. And this guy Todd Standing, he has the best video evidence that I've seen. I mean, would you disagree with that, Anthony?
yeah, I agree. 100% agree with Todd Standing
Yeah,
in his video.
his approach, the way that he approaches this through his documentary, which is called "Discovering Bigfoot." His approach is he's been trained by Indians and Indian tribes, Native Americans, on how to you know be stealth, become stealth within the environment that he is around. He blends in, and he shows that in his documentary of his camouflage, and he brings gifts for them. I don't want to give away too much stuff in the documentary. I really want our listeners to really watch his documentary, but he does bring them gifts. He approaches that with respect and fear too, but he's had so many encounters with them, and he has seen them. He doesn't have the fear, but he still does have the fear because this is an animal, a wild animal that could kill you in a second if they wanted to. And he doesn't want to do this for money. It's not a hoax. He's doing it for scientific proof to get them known as a species, and so that way we can learn about them, because this is the ultimate stealth species. I know people say that man is the greatest species, but the way that Bigfoot lives or Sasquatch lives, they are clearly the higher um, species. In my opinion, they are more superior than us. If they can live out in the wilderness and survive and camouflage the way that they do for who knows how many thousands of years, um, hundreds of years, however many years it has been, you just can't compare it to them. But yeah, Todd Standing does a phenomenal job on his research. Um,
That's crazy.
And even in his video, he does get attacked, but he doesn't. You don't really see them attacking him, but they do throw sticks at him. He gets knocked down and he gets like circled by them, and you can hear them growling at him. And it's just very, very good evidence. And I, completely applaud him for the effort he's putting out there and what he does, because I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I would love to see a Bigfoot. I would love to have that encounter of the sighting, but I don't know if I would want to be as close and doing it the way that he does it, because it would be scary.
Yeah, just got to make sure you bring a bag of apples.
Yeah, bring a gift. That's his gift
Yeah.
that he brings is, and even like the structures that they set up, the way that they set these structures up, it's not possible for a storm to do that unless it was like a hurricane and a really bad storm, and that's not happening in these areas that he's doing it at. And the footage that he actually catches the day watchers at, it's in I want to say it was in Washington that he caught that footage in, so it was in the States.
Yeah, I was in Washington. And I think he did a couple in Canada, right?
Yeah, he does all of his research in Canada, in California, Oregon, and Washington.
Yeah, what do you think about the video that I sent you? Do you believe that was real?
Which one? The last one?
Yeah, the last one.
No,
No, yeah.
definitely not. You could see the guy wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
But
that one's a debunked.
Yeah, that was debunked immediately. But the other one that you'd sent me, the what was it? The Rugu? It's a Rugu. The show was cryptid.
Yeah, instead of the name Dogman, it had a different name. It's called Rougarou.
Yeah, Rougarou. There you go, Rougarou.
Yeah. And it was like the same description of the Dogman, but then they said it's like the description of Dogman, but the description of Sasquatch at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's like the man's lower part, but a wolf's face.
Yeah, they were also intertwining it with. They said that it originated in France, and it's a werewolf, and then it came to Louisiana, and it's there, and they changed the name to Rougarou.
Rougarou, yeah. And that was Louisiana. That's where they that History Channel video came from. I forgot the name of it. I have to look that up. It's on the History Channel, though.
It's called Cryptid.
Cryptid, yeah.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. On that show, like you could tell some of it, the way that they were acting it out, it was staged. But at the other point, because they even say, this is a reenactment, but um, the other stuff that they were bringing up, and it was like, wow, I had no idea that was even going on there.
Yeah, the people coming up missing, and then that lady that was hanging dead animals across the line. Uh, I think the next episode we should talk about Louisiana.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, dude, there's a lot of spooky stuff there, man. It's Louisiana is not meant for a lot of people.
but
there's so much land that you can't even get to out there. Because of the bayous and stuff. Uh, yeah, it's very possible that there's a beast out there, and
yeah,
same thing with here. With the woods up and more up north in California and Oregon and Washington. Washington and Oregon are so green, man. There's so much acreage and woods out there that um, it's very 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 possible for a cryptid or um, any other species that hasn't been discovered to live and thrive out there. So, what did you think about Todd's approach with handling how he comes in and he leaves every time he goes into that one specific area?
I think he's a really smart man, and he his footage and him being stealth, he just went 100 on top of his shit, on top of his stuff, and um, it's like he knows how to communicate in a way with them now. It's amazing on how he can call them and he can get them to like stay still instead of them marching off, and how he could just get footage the way he got the footage.
Yeah,
But him walking off the way he was doing it, he was you know pretty sharp and pretty smart on his shit, on his stuff. And I think that they're peaceful creatures, dude. I think they're not animal eaters. That they survive off the vegetation of the forest, like berries, and um, for them to eat apples, that they were eating the apples he was giving them. I think that they just eat off the forest.
yeah,
I think that they're peaceful creatures, even if they did come from another planet. I think that they're very peaceful, and um, if they wanted to eat a human, they probably would have already ate a human.
yeah,
You know,
definitely. you know, I th- I I think they are peaceful, but I think if they get pushed, they will inflict damage. Um, and
well,
think they, I think they do mostly consume, just what the forest is giving them. But I do think that they eat deer. I mean, I think they eat a little bit of meat, but they mostly, because during the wintertime when it's snowing and stuff, man, there's no fruits growing anymore. So they got to eat something else.
yeah, they probably eat like birds and like you said, deer. Another thing too, I believe with the whole Bigfoot race, I I believe that there's a reason why they don't want to be seen. You know,
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I
it's
think
it's it, it's like if you came to somebody's yard and they're just like, "What are you doing on my yard, dude?"
yeah.
You know,
Well, even like
or
Todd, Todd had mentioned he was saying, if you like he believes that we're dumb compared to them, because he said like during the daytime, like he's had these interactions with the day watchers, and they're the younger ones that are the day watchers, and they play tricks on him and games on him because they know he can't spot them. Majority of the time, he can't spot them, and they find it as a game because they know, like he cannot spot us. They blend in too well. They have perfect stealth. If they want to sit there and just be quiet and not move and blend in, they will, and you will not see them. But if they're moving around, you're going to hear them, because they're anywhere from 400 pounds to 800 pounds. You're going to hear that rustling around and moving around.
Yeah. I think too with them is that they there's a reason why they're here on Earth. They're taking their part on Earth, and for something to survive in the forest that the way they do, and then how they haven't found any remains of them. I think that's pretty crazy. They haven't found any remains of them.
Yeah.
You think that they would have, but like he was explaining, is that the forest remains, bone remainings can vanish into the forest, into the grounds because of the moisture.
Yeah. No, I think that they bury their dead.
They probably do.
I think they do. And um like toward at the end of his documentary, when he was leaving and he was catching footage, he was using that thermal camera, and you could see that one Sasquatch up in the tree, the way that it was hanging and holding onto the tree. That
Yeah.
tree, it must have been at least 20 feet up in the air in that tree, and it was hanging onto the tree at times with just one hand, and it was very surprising, to see like, wow, like these creatures are, they're they're the perfect animal, man. You know, um, I don't know if you actually um, have even heard this, but I guess they could talk too. Like, not talk like us, but they kind of have like their own language.
They're kind of like apes in a way.
Kind of, yeah, yeah. I mean, the way that I could describe it, it's like, like it's kind of like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Let's see.
They have their own language.
Yeah, they have like their own language, man. It's
I thought they were just like whoop whoop whoop.
like the whooping.
Yeah.
It's at first like when you hear it, like when I heard it, I'm like, whoa, like um, it scared me, like at first, like, damn, dude, what the hell?
It's crazy the way I've um heard on the not the Discovery Channel one. It was the History Channel episode, and it was like them finding Sasquatches back in like when the Native Americans had their villages, and they would paint on rocks of the Sasquatch.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
I want to find this that way you could hear it, dude, because it's like, whoa, like, Yeah, damn, dude, I can't find it. But yeah, they're like, it's like, like it's like they're speaking in foreign language, but it's like high pitched and like low pitched at the
Yeah.
same time, but it's like fast forward mode.
Wow.
It's crazy. And watch, man, I guarantee you, like after we're done with this, I'll end up finding it.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, you guys got to check out Todd Standing and his documentary. I do believe that it is. If anybody is a Prime member, you can listen or watch it on Prime right now on Amazon Prime Video, and it's really cool. Um, you can also watch it on YouTube right now for the
Yeah.
moment. It does have a
Sean,
lot
you,
of ads in it, but um, check it out because I'm sure YouTube will end up kicking it off of there because YouTube really likes to ban everything and flag you for everything. But I mean that's all I got, man, on Bigfoot. I do believe it exists. I believe that they are the perfect species that is out there. Um, I believe that they are very ancient. I um, I'm just baffled on how many people think that they're fake.
yeah, I believe they're real.
And I'm gonna say, obviously, they are part of an ape family, and they do have characteristics of human, and apes do too. Apes share almost the same DNA specimens that we share.
Yeah, it's crazy how they walk and they climb.
Yeah, or how they could break the trees the way that they do.
Yeah, they could just break right through a tree.
Yeah, at the top base, and it could be a green tree too. A living healthy tree. It's just snap.
Snap it. Yeah. Like if they were Hulk.
Yeah, there's some encounters that I've listened to and read up on. The one podcast I was really big on. He doesn't do any more episodes right now, but it was crypto PTSD, and he uh, he has a lot of great coverage on that too, guys. So if you guys want to check his channel out, um,
Crypto
it's a good
PSD.
podcast. But yeah, man, like some of the people even say like when they've had encounters, with them when they're out hunting or trapping and stuff, like uh, they've been chased off by them, and um, it would only take them, two steps to go from one end of the road to the other um, without any, it wasn't hard for them. It was just it was their normal speed. So yeah, it's a really cool subject, and I'm a firm believer in it. On that note, man, do you have anything else you want to touch up with?
No, that was a good episode on Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
Again, man, if you can remind our listeners how they can get into contact with you.
You can contact me at lowercase dude Anthony 64 at gmail.com.
All right, perfect, Anthony, man. I love doing these podcasts with you, man. It's fun, and it's entertaining. And guys, please, reach out to us and share any encounters that you have had with anything of the supernatural or cryptids or out of this world or any encounters you've had,
Or
even
paranormal.
or paranormal. Yeah, um, we are open to all of that. hence eerie encounters. Um, you guys can email me too at one eerie encounters@gmail.com. Until then, guys, we will see you on the next episode.